Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be talking about a side-by-side circle view. A side-by-side circle view is a unique data visualization technique that combines the concept of side-by-side bar charts and circle views to represent the multiple sets of data points side by side in a circular. This visualization is particularly effective when you want to compare and contrast the different data sets or categories while retaining the engaging circular format. In a side-by-side circle view, each dataset or category is represented as a circular arrangement of data points, and these arrangements are placed side by side for easier comparison. Each circle represents a data point, and its size or position within the circle can convey the information. These visualizations allow you to observe the patterns, trends, or difference between the datasets at a glance. During our practical demonstration in Tableau, we will explore how to create the side-by-side circle views to visualize and compare the multiple datasets. You will also learn how to assign the multiple dimensions and measures to control the size and position of the circles, customize the labels and colors to enhance the clarity, and also create an interactive elements to engage your audience. Whether you are comparing the sales data by region, survey responses by category, or any dataset with circular relationship, side-by-side circle views provide an engaging and informative way to convey the insights and support data-driven decisions. Now, let's go to the Tableau screen and see how we can create a side-by-side circle. If we talk about the side-by-side circle views, it is present just beside the circle views. You can see over here the side-by-side circle views. If we compare both of these, at least it requires three fields to be made. If we talk about the circle views, it was requiring one or more dimensions and one or more measures. The same is the case with the side-by-side circle views. It requires one or more dimensions and one or more measures. Now, since it requires at least three fields, it is up to you. Which one do you want to add? Do you want to add an extra dimension or do you want to add an extra measure? So let's see how we can create this kind of circular views. So I'm taking this time again the shipping modes and the profit that we are getting in each of the shipping. To convert it in the side-by-side circle views, I'll go in the show me option and click on the side circle views. This was giving me the circle views. Now, if I want to make a side-by-side circle, it becomes very important for me to add an extra layer of the calculation. For that, what I can do is I can take the sales also. If you take the sales, now the option to create a side-by-side circle is visible. Click on this and you can see that visualization will then change to the side-by-side circle. Now, how to read this kind of visualization? First, let me try to convert it into the entire view. Now, if we look at this visualization closely, there are two circles being made for every shipping mode. For the first class, we have these two circles, same day, two circles, and for the rest of the others also, two circles. The blue one is depicting the profit over here, and the orange one is showing the sales. If you want to see what are the values for these circles, you can go in the labels option and you can choose to show the marks label. Now this is completely visible. And whatever formatting options we have applied the circular views, it would be applicable over here also. Let's say I want to change the size of these circles. I can go in the size and increase or decrease the size from it. And choose the size which fits according to any view. It should not go out of the view and it should not be even so small that it is not even visible. If I talk about the shapes, since it is a side-by-side circle view, it is good to take the circles, but you can also take other shapes as well. Let's say I want to go with this cross. So I can take this as well. So it is up to you if you want to add the different shapes, you can do it. You are free to do it in this kind of visualization. I am taking the filled circle over here. This is looking good to me. Now, this kind of visualization becomes easier to compare two different measures. Over here, if I talk about the first class, it is giving me some profit and some value of sales. But if I want to see which shipping mode is giving me the highest of sales, I can easily switch to the standard class because it is top in this axis. If I talk about the highest profit making, it is easier to say that the standard class is the one which is making the highest profit. This is because I'm able to compare the different measures within a single category. Let's try to add some more categories over here. If we talk about the multiple categories that are present and what are the shipping modes that are contributing to the sales or profit, let's try to do it and see how it behaves. So if I double click on it, you can see now the various shapes have been added. It is no longer a side-by-side circle view only. There are multiple shapes which are showing me the different categories. Plus is showing the technology, circle is showing me the furniture, and the rectangle or square, as you can say, is showing me the office supplies. And this is due to the different shapes that we can choose in this particular visualization. If at any point of time you want to switch between the different shapes, you can click on the particular category and you can choose a different shape. Let's say I want to show the office supplies by cross. I can choose it and it would then replace the office supplies from rectangle to the cross icon. I can click on apply, and now it is easier to look at different kind of shapes. But this kind of visualization is not too effective when you are having too many categories and the shapes can overlap on the top of each other. Even if you try to add the labels over here, it would not help because these are overlaying. So we have the option to allow the labels to overlap with other marks. Even if we try to switch it on, it would not be showing me the exact value. At that point of time, either I need to increase or decrease the size according to whatever is suiting my need. So let's roll back to the previous version where I was not having these categories. Now I am having the values again as I made it. If at any point of time you wish to see only the maximum and minimum value of each of the visualization, that you can go to the labels option, and over here where it says the marks to label, you can choose the min max option, and it would only show you the minimum and maximum value of each of that. For that you require some additional formatting option. Let's say here it says field, and which is the field that you want to show the minimum value of. I am choosing the measure names, the measure values, the shipping mode, and you can see the difference. If you choose the measure names, it would show you the measure names only, which is reflecting on the right hand side. So we have a measure legend for that. So we would not be choosing this value. So let's go with the measure values for this. And this would show you the minimum and maximum value as it is showing me right now. But this is when you have multiple circles. So if you have multiple circles coming over here, you can choose this kind of value as well. So these were few of the formatting options that we can use if we are having too much circles or our text is overlapping on the top of each other, or we just want to see the minimum and maximum value. Now let's talk a bit about the formatting options in the visual format. Here are some lines that are showing in this particular visualization. So let's talk about them a bit. If you right click on a visualization and you choose to format, the first thing it shows you is the font. So if you want to decrease or increase the font, you can do it. We have already talked about the formatting options, but let's talk about these lines now. To see the lines clearly, I can go in the shading option, and over here in the worksheet, I can choose to apply the black color or the darker color. This would allow me to view these lines easily. Now I can see every line easily, whether it's a grid line or the zero line. Now go in the lines option, and over here you can see there is this zero line option. You can choose to be it none, and it would then hide the zero line. If you wish to remove these lines as well, you can go in the every line that is available. For example, I have these reference lines with me right now. I can choose to switch it off. Same with the trend lines, and same with the drop lines. And this would turn all the values off. I can do it with the access text as well, and it would switch it off. I can again go in the columns option and rows option and choose whether to show the rows and columns line as well. For the columns line, I don't have any option for me right now, which is turned on. I can go to the rows option. I can choose this lines to be cut, and this should even hide the row lines for me. So this was the option in which you can clear every kind of line which is present on the visualization. Now it would be easier for me if I switch back to the original color of the worksheet. Let's say I'm again going with the worksheet and choosing the white color. Now it is clean. If at any point of time you want to change the font or the font color of these, you can again go in the font option and try to change the color of these. We have already talked about this formatting option, so we could not be going with this option for now. But for the lines, I told you that whenever we are working with different visualization, there would be different kind of lines that would be showing. And to switch it on or off, you can go in the lines option. And here you can control these lines easily. We have already talked about the color options. So you can go in the colors options and choose out the added colors, and you can easily control the colors of your measures from over here. And you can also choose to assign different palettes over here. But this is not useful when you are having multiple categories. So this was the way in which you can create a side-by-side circle views, and you can format these to give a better clean look. So I hope this was clear to you. We'll be meeting in the next session where we'll be talking about the remaining visualizations in the show. Thank you.